in your book, and you highlight 1 Timothy chapter 6, and you give us some bad news about money, stewardship, and giving.
Yeah, so there's bad news and good news. 1 Timothy 6 is a remarkable chapter because you've got all of the condemnation for the rich passages. James 5, weep and howl, you rich, for the miseries that are coming upon you. Wow. Then you got the Old Testament prophets, and then you'd go to globalrichlist.com and just put in your annual income, and then you'll be shocked at where you are. You might be in the 98th percentile. There's a good chance you're in the 99th percentile. Right now, the poverty level for a family of four in the U.S. is $25,000, and I haven't looked at it recently, but last time I looked at it, I think it was in the upper 97th or lower 98th percentile of wealth in the entire world. And it's poverty level. And I don't mean there's no poverty in America. I'm not saying that, and things are relative. I get that. But my point is that when we read Scripture talking to the rich, that's us. So you would be hard-pressed to not find people that would qualify as that, because even if you are in the 95th percentile, that's relatively rich in the world, right? 95th percentile, that's very high. And that's not much money that qualifies to be rich in that sense. So when Scripture talks about riches and desiring to be riches, to have riches, it's talking about us. And here's what it says in 1 Timothy 6, 9 and 10. I was talking with Stacy about this this morning, where you could not pile more negatives into two verses. Listen to this. But those who desire to be rich fall into temptation, into a snare, into many senseless and harmful desires that plunge, and the word that's translated plunge is the common word for drowning, that drown people in ruin and destruction. So now, we're already at about 10 bad things that happen to you. And that's just one verse, verse 9. And then it's followed with verse 10. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. It is through this craving that some have. So it's evil, and root of evil. Money's not evil, of course, but the love of money is the root of all evil. And it's through this craving that some have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs. So if your goal in life is to be pierced with many griefs and be overcome by evil, and to face ruin and destruction, to drown, to get involved in senselessness, temptation, snares, and harmful desires, if that's your goal, then you should desire to be rich.
Wow.
How does that even, wow. That's pretty bad news. And like James 5 is pretty bad news.